Hey guys, today I have a very large book haul. I'm really excited to show you them. I feel like I've got some really good books here. Some of them are sent from like the publisher and the author. Some of them are just random books that I picked up. I do have around like 20 or more, so I am probably gonna pick up the pace a little bit. But first on the list is Alistair Grimm's Auditorium, I believe is how you say that. It's by Gregory Funero, maybe. But this is actually, the author actually contacted me. It's through Disney Hyperion, but he signed it and sent it to me, which was really cool. This is a middle grade novel. I believe it came out January this year. This is about a 12-year-old little chimney sweep, and he's trying to just get away, get some freedom. I know that his master is kind of abusive, so he hides in this trunk and winds up at this auditorium, and it's full of like flying machines, and it's like all magical, and I think there's like monsters, and it just goes from there. So I think it sounds really good. I think the cover looks awesome, and I think it's just gonna be magical and awesome. So I'm actually really excited to read this. Next, Quirk Books sent me the next book in the William Shakespeare's like Star Wars books. I already own books 4, 5, and 6, and they just sent me this new one, which is The Phantom Menace. This is book 1. The second one's coming out next month in July, and then the third one is coming out September 8th, which is actually the day before my birthday. But these I've heard are just so fun, and I still need to read these. I am so excited that I have 4 of the 6 though. I hope to just get the other 2 so I can collect them all. I think they're beautiful covers. I love Shakespeare and I love Star Wars, so I know they're gonna be fantastic. Next, I was sent by Disney Hyperion. It's Every Last Word by Tamara Ireland Stone. This is an ARC. It comes out June 16th, and I actually have a review up, and I also have a giveaway going on. So if you want to go check out my review and the giveaway, I'll link those below, but you have a chance of winning yourself a copy, as well as like a journal and a pen and this like magnetic poetry thing for your fridge. Super cool. I will link it below. Check it out. This was one of the best books I've read this year. I gave it 5 stars. It's a contemporary, and it's a lot about poetry and writing and stuff, and it's very moving. There's some heavier topics like mental illnesses and anxiety and depression, but I thought the author just did it beautifully, and I loved it. It's really good. I definitely recommend it. This next book is a sci-fi book that I was actually sent by the author. It's From a Distant Star by Karen McQuestion, and this is a beautiful cover. First off, it's a YA sci-fi book. It just came out last month on May 19th, and it's about a girl that her boyfriend was, I guess, like on the brink of death, and she was one of the last people that still believed, and she didn't give up on him. And then it's like a miracle. He just comes back and to life, and he's totally fine. And I guess time passes, and she starts to wonder if he's even like the same guy anymore, if it's the same boy that she knows. Then she finds this like mysterious object on her farm, and I don't know, it sounds pretty good. I don't know if he's like an alien or what's going on, but I definitely like sci-fi, and I haven't read that many, but the ones that I've read I love. Next, I was sent this book by Entangled Teen. I actually was sent the ARC a little while ago, and this is Lola Carlyle's 12-Step Romance by Danielle Young-Ullman, I think. So this is about a girl that basically admits herself into a rehab so that she can get close to this guy that she really is crushing on, and then she gets there and he's not even there, so she's just like stuck there for the summer, even though she's not addicted to anything. Like maybe the worst thing she's addicted to would be like coffee. So when I read the synopsis, it actually seemed pretty funny. I don't know, I haven't really heard anything about this book. I mean, I think it sounds pretty funny. It came out in May, so I mean, it's been out for like about a month. Next, Quirk Books sent me Find Momo Coast to Coast, and I actually got the first book, Find Momo, back in 2013, and I loved it. It's perfect for dog lovers. It's perfect for people that love photography. It's by Andrew Knapp, I believe is how you say his name. But you just flip through the pictures, and it's like Find Waldo, and some of them are just so beautiful, and I love these books. I love the first one, so I was really excited that Quirk Books sent me this one. I haven't read it yet. I want to flip through it those soon, and I'm sure it's going to be just as good as the first one. Next, I was sent by Penguin Saint Anything by Sarah Dessen. This is a YA contemporary romance. Sarah Dessen's very popular. You guys all know her. I've never read a Sarah Dessen book. I think this might be my first one, or my best friend Charlotte really likes Just Listen, so she's trying to get me to read that. Anyways, this is about a girl that all the attention seems to be on her older brother, and she just is trying to find like her place in her family and her world. And then she meets this super warm and inviting, like chaotic family that owns this pizza parlor, and she's immediately accepted, and she meets this guy named Mac, and it says for the first time he makes her feel seen. And I don't know, I hear amazing things about her books, and I feel like everyone loves her, so I'm sure this is going to be fantastic. Then I just randomly picked up some books at, where was I? I think one time I was at a used bookstore and got a couple of these, and then one time I was at a flea market. Randomly decided to pick up books 2 and 3 of the Spiderwick Chronicles. Don't even have the first one, never read these, but apparently I thought it was a good idea. I also got a few books from my childhood. I saw them and I had to get them because I don't own them. I got, because of Winn-Dixie, I got The Star Place by Vicky Grove, and I got The Laundry News. Wait, I've always said The Laundry News, but that's not laundry. The Landry News? What? My whole life is a lie. I also got The People of Sparks, and this is the sequel to The City of Ember. I read The City of Ember years and years ago. No, I don't really remember that much about it. No, I don't own it. But I saw this for like 10 cents, and I got it because I've never read it. Next, I have this super, super big, really cool DoodleLit book by Jennifer Adams and Allison Oliver. Quirk Books sent me this. It's drawing on the classics. To doodle or not to doodle? That is the question. And this is really cool because it says it leads doodlers through Austen, Shakespeare, the Bronte sisters, and more. And it's just really awesome in the inside. I definitely want to go through this and actually do all this. Next, I have a book from Simon & Schuster. It is The Last Leaves Falling by Sarah Benwell, and this came out May 5th. It is a YA contemporary. It's about a teen that was diagnosed with ALS, and he feels very isolated and lonely, so he ends up turning to some ancient like samurai wisdom, and he also finds hope online through internet friends and friends that accept him for him and they don't see him as just like his illness. And it just seems like a very heartwarming book. It says that it is about friendship and acceptance and testing strength in uncertain times. Definitely sounds like a really good book. This next book the author sent me, it is The Price of Fame by Eddie Black, and this seems like a really interesting book because it came out last October, and it's about this girl that hits it big time in Hollywood. So I don't really think I've ever read a book quite like this. It's about this girl, she's in these big blockbuster movies, and it's just about her life like through that, and then after there is romance involved with it, and I think it sounds really, really good. This next book was sent to me by Penguin. It is a YA fantasy that came out May 12th, and that is The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Adi. I'm not sure how to say her last name. But I have heard some really good things about this book recently. I mean, like really good reviews on Goodreads. Like I said, it's a fantasy. It's the first of a series. This is about a girl that offers to marry this ruler, and this is pretty strange because every single morning the new bride is murdered. So kind of seems like a suicide mission, but she has a plan, and she plans on getting revenge because one of her best friends was one of the previous brides that was murdered. And I know I know that there's a lot of romance in this. I think that the main girl slowly starts falling in love with him, and I just think it's going to be so good, and I'm so excited about all these really good reviews, and I cannot wait to read this book. Next, I have 2 books that were sent to me for review. I have Killer Instinct and Killer Within by S.E. Green. The second book just came out May 19th, so it hasn't been out very long. This is great for fans of the TV show Dexter. It's also great for fans of The Girl and the Dragon Tattoo. The main girl has an obsession with serial killers, and she starts killing them. It's not like my normal read, but I think it does sound pretty interesting. This next book I received in my owl crate, and that is Everything That Makes You by Mariah McStay. And this is a YA contemporary, and it's one girl, two different stories, and it's kind of the whole what if thing, because one of the girls was in a really bad accident and has really terrible scars on her face, and so even though she loves, you know, writing songs and poetry and all that, she is afraid to sing in public. She's afraid to confront her crush Trent and all of that. The other girl is one of the most top-rated lacrosse high school players in the state. Her best friend is Trent. And it's just like this whole story about, you know, what if, and is it really luck, and is it really, does it have to do with the person as far as fate goes and everything. And I definitely think this sounds very interesting, and I haven't heard too much about this book. I don't really know many people that have read it or anything, but I definitely think it sounds interesting, and I'm excited to read it. This next book was also sent to me by Penguin, and it is called Point by Brandy Colbert. And when I first heard about this book, when I first received it, I was actually pretty excited about it. I have only read a few different books that surround ballet, but I loved them, and so I was really excited about this because it's a YA contemporary. It actually came out in April, but it's about a girl that really wants to be an elite ballet dancer. Then I started hearing reviews about it, and now I am scared. I'm not saying that I'm not going to read it now, because I still plan on reading it and reviewing it, but now I am a little bit nervous because apparently I read a lot of reviews on Goodreads, and this is what apparently it has in it: eating disorders, rape, abduction, anxiety disorders, pedophilia, etc. Wow! I still will read it. I heard that there's a lot of drug use and stuff like that, and that the main character is pretty annoying, and there's like some cheating going on in relationships, and that the romance isn't that good, and just stuff like that. So honestly, this has been getting a lot of like 2 stars, some 3 stars I saw. So unfortunately, I'm not as excited. Now, very, very different than that, I have this book that was also sent to me by Penguin. It's another YA contemporary. It came out in March, and that is Mosquito Land by David Arnold. And on the flip side, I have heard amazing things about this on Goodreads. Almost everyone has given this like 5 stars. Everyone, or like 4 stars. Everyone said that this is such a fun and quirky narrator. This is about a girl that runs away from her dad and her stepmom to go find her real mom. And so it's kind of like a road trip book. I love those. And I just think this sounds really, really good. I heard it's like funny and heartwarming, and I'm really excited to read this one. Oh my gosh, we're down to the last book. Oh. So this is a paperback of The Glass Sentence by S.E. Grove. I already owned this in hardcover, and this was sent to me by Penguin. This is book 1 in the Map Makers trilogy, and the second book is coming out July 14th. It's called The Golden Specific. This is a book that I started when I received it, and I thought it was so good. It was so fantastic. It's everything that I love in a book. There's like pirates, and there's maps, and they go on ships, and they're searching for stuff, and it's just awesome. There's bad guys, and it's everything that I used to love growing up. I still love it, and I loved it, and then I just stopped reading it, and it's like life got so busy. I just set it on my nightstand, and I let it collect dust for 3 weeks, and then I'd like pick it up and read a couple pages, and then it's like, oh, I just remembered that, you know, book 6 of one of my favorite series just came out, so obviously I'm going to drop everything to read that. So before I knew it, months had passed, and now I think if I were to just pick up off where I had left off, I think I could still read it, but I think it wouldn't be as good. So I am going to reread this from the beginning and just go ahead and finish it, and then I will be ready for the second book in mid-July, because guys, this was so good. It was beautifully written. I loved the characters. I loved, like, it was so creepy, and it was fantastic. So I don't have a good reason really why I didn't finish yet, but I'm going to now. That was it. That was a really big book haul. If you still are here right now, thank you and congratulations, because this was a long one. I hope you guys enjoyed this though. Let me know if you've read any of these books, if you plan to. All the Goodreads links are in the description. If I have any reviews over these, I think just a couple, I'll put those in the description. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will see you next time in my next video. Bye!